Hey y'all, welcome back to A Dash of Gratitude. My name is Beth. Today I'm in the kitchen preparing a 4th of July inspired menu. If you are looking for ideas and inspiration for what you can prepare to celebrate the 4th of July this year, check out what we are doing in our house. Let me show you what I've got written down. Here is what we have planned. So we're going to do some chicken and hamburgers on the grill. I'm going to make homemade macaroni and cheese. I'm making the viral TikTok salad. I want to put together a red, white, and blue snack board, like a charcuterie grazing board. I'm going to be making some coleslaw, baked beans, and corn on the cob. Now, we might not get to all of these things. This is just my plan, so we'll see what all we get done. Let's get to it. And as always, any recipes that I am able to, I will link them in the description box below. For this TikTok viral salad, we need mini peppers. I need this specific honey ginger dressing, everything but the bagel sesame seasoning blend, and a cucumber. And Robbie is helping me out today. You like that job?
Look. I'm gonna shave.
Very good. For this viral TikTok salad, I've got cucumbers. I sliced up one large English cucumber and just several of these little sweet peppers. I just kind of cut up what I thought looked right visually. I wasn't able to find measurements for how much of these items to add. It's just kind of like a season to your own liking. So I'm going to be adding the everything but the bagel seasoning and this ginger dressing. I'm putting this together a little bit early so that I can put it in the fridge so that it can all the flavors can kind of marry together. We really like this everything but the bagel seasoning. I'm not afraid to put quite a bit in there. Now, I've never had this dressing before. I found this in the produce section of the grocery store. Again, this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to add some. Wow, it smells amazing. Visually, it's very pretty. And there you have it. I realized that I forgot to put in the crunchy garlic chili sauce. Now, the recipe calls for the chili crunch from Trader Joe's, but I have not been to Trader Joe's in a while. So I found this at my regular grocery store. Again, there's no measurement. It's just you just kind of add what you want. And I've never even had this before. I don't know how spicy it is. So we're just going to add a little bit. Kind of giving it a stir with my spoon handle. It smells really, really good. Get some of the crunch out. Okay. Stir that together. Again, I'm going to put it back in the fridge so it'll be ready for dinner time. Here is what we're going to be using for the macaroni and cheese today. We're going to put all of this into the 9x13 pan. You need 5 eggs, 16 ounces of pasta, 2 sticks of butter. You need sharp cheddar cheese. I'm going to use a little more than half of this block, and this is a 2-pound block of cheddar cheese, 2 cans of evaporated milk. We're going to put all this together and then bake it in the oven at 350 for about 40 minutes. While the macaroni is cooking on the stove, I'm going to mix together 5 eggs and the 2 cans of evaporated milk. I've got Brandon over here in the kitchen. He's getting the corn ready to put on the grill. He'll be, doing the chicken and the hamburgers too. So we've also got kids in and out of here. But what is a holiday without a little bit of family chaos? Now, this macaroni and cheese recipe is a classic Southern style recipe. It is not going to be creamy. It is going to be more like a casserole, kind of, with the eggs that bind it all together. So we've got our cooked 16 ounces of macaroni, and you could use any shaped noodle that you like. To this, we're going to add 2 sticks of butter. And we're going to let the butter get all melty in the pasta. You also can add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste, however you like it. I was given this recipe by an amazing Southern home cook. She cooks just incredible Southern cuisine, and I altered the recipe slightly, but this is the general gist, and you will not be disappointed if you love Southern mac and cheese. You will definitely find this dish at any of our family gatherings. It's one of my kids' favorite side dishes. So next we're going to take half of the macaroni, put it into this 9x13. We're going to put a layer of cheese on top of that macaroni layer. We're going to add another layer of macaroni, top that with cheese, and we're going to pour the mixture of eggs and evaporated milk over top. We're not going to stir it. It's going to be perfect. So this is the buttery noodles. And yes, this is a lot of cheese, but this recipe is macaroni and cheese. And you could use whatever kind of cheese you like. Today we just happen to have sharp cheddar in the fridge, so that's what we're using. And it does always work best to grate it yourself. When I mentioned that I altered this recipe a little bit earlier, I had to because I was not given exact measurements, so I had to figure it out for myself. So it might not be exactly the way that this home chef prepares this dish, but it's pretty dang close. It's as close as I could get it for the video and to pass on the recipe at all. Look at this. Look at this. Brandon has been over here working on the corn on the cob, and he is wrapping them individually in foil, and each one he has covered with mayonnaise, salt, and pepper. Then we're going to stick these on the grill and cook them till they're done. How long does it take, honey?
About 30 minutes.
About 30 minutes on the grill.
Anyway.
Minutes starting now.
Next, we're going to put together the coleslaw. I'm using Dolly Partons coleslaw recipe, and so we're going to get started with the dressing. The dressing calls for a cup of mayonnaise. In our house, we use avocado mayonnaise, and this is the Chosen brand. It calls for a quarter cup of pickle juice and a quarter cup of white vinegar. It also calls for a teaspoon, optional, of white sugar, salt and pepper to taste. So the recipe calls for 5 cups of cabbage shredded. And I'm just going to use this already shredded cabbage that I picked up from the grocery store. And it does have purple cabbage and carrots in it. And I'm going to add more as well. Calls for 1/2 cup of carrots. I'm going to eyeball that. Looks about right. It's calling for 1/2 cup of red bell pepper diced. So I'm just going to use this much of a bell pepper. I'm just going to eyeball that and dice up what I think looks like 1/2 cup. Okay. And then it also calls for 1/2 cup of diced dill pickles. I'm just going to do this much red onion because I'm not the biggest fan of red onion. So I'm just going to dice up, it's probably 1/4 cup of red onion. I'm also going to use a little bit of fresh dill. This was optional, but I'm going to chop some. There's nothing like fresh herbs to make a dish taste that much better. We're just going to use this much. Here we have in the bottom is the dressing that we made together, the shredded coleslaw. We've got carrots, bell pepper, red onions, and the dill pickle. I also added a little bit of dill, and I'm going to add some on top to garnish. Wow, this is so pretty. What do you think, Rena?
I think it looks good.
It does have pickles in it. But maybe today you'll like it. For grilling the chicken, Brandon used these seasonings and he used a mix of thighs and breasts. This entire meal was scrumptious. Every bite was delicious. I highly recommend each thing on this menu. So, so good. This will make for an amazing barbecue this summer, whether it's 4th of July or just a random day. And if you're wondering about those baked beans, they just came straight out of the can. We like to buy Bush's baked beans in the original. Yep, they're very good. One of our faves. Even though I wasn't able to get to each item on my checklist at the beginning of this video, I did go ahead and make a red, white, and blue charcuterie board, as you can see in this video clip here. I made a separate video for that, and I'm happy to link it below if you want to check that out. And I also did a couple of tier tray decorations that are inspired and themed for the 4th of July, and I will link those below too. So check out all the links in the description box. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for adding a dash of gratitude to your day. We'll see you on the next one.